Hi everybody, hope you and yours are well. Today is a bit different. I'm doing a Q&A session. I sent out an Instagram post to ask me anything. So here goes. Here's some of the questions that people asked me. The first one, what is your favorite kind of crafting? I enjoy paints, but I'm not good at them. I think I enjoy stuff that allows me to use my hands, like crocheting, knitting. Okay, I actually don't know what my favorite type of crafting is. Mosaicing. Yeah, stuff where it's just like putting bits and pieces together and trying to figure out something that comes out of that. So things like mosaicing or cutting into canvas. I enjoy that quite a lot. So it still uses my fingers and dexterity, and there's a little bit of precision work there. And then at the end of it, you've got it. Yeah, even quilling. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoy all types of craft. So sorry, I can't really answer that one to say what's my favorite. What is your morning routine? What's my morning routine? My morning routine is non-existent at this point in time. I'm trying to recraft it and get a new routine in place. This is what I'm hoping to get done. I'm hoping to get up between 6 and 6:30, do some morning devotion, meditation, prayer for about half an hour, get some exercise in, and after exercising, quick shower, then some music. So practicing, whether it's harp or guchin, gucheng, bira, whatever, and possibly even a little bit of recording. That's the hope for the morning. And then after that, from around 9 o'clock onwards, work on my business ideas, work on my plans, emails, talking to people, raising funds, that kind of stuff. Then when that is done, I'm hoping to actually be done around midday, go for a walk. That's the morning. Yeah, I don't need to go further down throughout the day. That's what I'm hoping my morning routine becomes in the next month or so. It's a work in progress. Do I prefer tea or coffee? Neither. I don't like tea, I don't like coffee, unless if it's herbal type tea. So like nothing with normal tea leaves in it, but things like, I don't know, fruit type stuff where you like steeping fruits in hot water. I love hot chocolate. I love things like ginger tea where it's like, just ginger and stuff like that. So that's what I like. So you could say I'm more of a tea person, but just not normal black tea or tea leaves. Yeah. What are your tips for strengthening your faith? My tips for strengthening my faith: fellowship. Finding people who are learning about their faith and linking up with them. Figuring out faith by yourself, I think, takes a lot, and yeah, very few of us can do that. Another tip of strengthening my faith is reading my Bible and scriptural books and studying the church fathers. There's a lot that's very mystical and hard to understand, and I am not a church scholar by any means. There's a lot of people who've already done that work, so going through what they have done and reading that is, it's helpful, as well as praying. Praying and trying to surrender to God. Note the trying. I find that very difficult. But yeah, these are the things that I do to strengthen my faith. Do you think YouTubers who don't have faith-based channels should talk about faith? Yes. I talk about things that are not faith-based, and people who are not YouTubers should definitely talk about faith. It's when we open up dialogue honestly and try and figure each other out without trying to bash each other that we learn. You're not always going to get people to think the way that you do, but when you try and empathize and understand their viewpoint, then you can connect. So definitely, I want people who are not faith-based to talk about faith just the same way that I talk about stuff that's not always faith-based. Hope that makes sense. Here's another one of my favorite topics. What is your favorite thing about speaking multiple languages? My favorite thing about speaking multiple languages is that they open up my mind to different ways of thinking. They have made me a little more tolerant and curious. Like literally, my curiosity is fed by just trying to figure out what certain things mean. When I go to places, I don't just ignore stuff that I might not be able to read. I want to understand it. Why was it named that way? Why is it written that way? So yeah, that's been one of the most fascinating things, I guess, about learning languages. What is one language you want to learn? One, that's impossible. I have a list of 21 languages on my to learn list. My current ones that I'm trying to focus on this month are Korean, Japanese, and Chinese. And then thereafter, probably French. So one is too little. What is a tip you would give someone trying to learn a new language? Start with the pronunciation. Learn the alphabet. Learn how to read it. That way you will always have learning chances wherever you are. And focus on learning the first few 100 words, the most common 100 words. That way you have a little bit of vocabulary that you can use when you're listening, and just do stuff that you enjoy. If it's reading stuff, read stuff. If it's listening to stuff, listen to stuff. If it's watching dramas, watch dramas. Don't make learning a language a chore, and it just happens. The truth of the matter is, the more time you put in, the quicker your results. I only put in 5 to 10 minutes a day, and so my results are very slow, but I'm okay with that. And I know that when I want to double down, I can double down and suddenly get a lot of gains. So take it easy and just enjoy the process. Yeah, learning languages is fascinating and just opens up your mind in a new and different way. So yeah, go for it. What is the hardest part about playing the harp? Becoming proficient. The harp is one of the most forgiving instruments in that from day one you can sound amazing, you can sound angelic from day one, but becoming very good and becoming, I don't know, an artiste takes forever. So I got to a certain point where it was like, oh my gosh, she learned so fast, and then plateaued, and that's just because I don't practice as much. So I guess also putting in hours of practice is another hard part, but becoming great means that you need to practice a lot. It means that you need to be very mindful of your practice and figure out that 80-20, which 20%, which is scales and exercises, will get me to become really good. So that's the hardest part. Otherwise, it's just a beautiful sounding instrument. From day one, you can sound amazing, and that's what I've always loved about it. How will you be celebrating Palm Sunday in Canada? So Palm Sunday in Canada was very different. This last week, and it was chilled. We got to church, and there was no procession or anything like that. You get to your designated sitting areas, socially distanced, and they had already placed palms on those places. So we just picked up our palms. The priest came in and did the readings for the palms, and we just raised our palms. He came and he sprinkled, and so it was very chilled. And then thereafter, I made some crosses from the palms that I got. Yeah, so no fancies. Totally miss processing and lots of singing and hosannas. So not many hosannas because singing is not allowed at this point in time. Hopefully next year. We're making palm crosses and decorating the church with palm fronds. Do Canadians celebrate similarly? So yeah, definitely. The church definitely had palm fronds in it, and very similar service. Just because of COVID, none of the extras that we love. How many business ideas are in progress? How many on hold? And how many cancelled? In progress, I have 2 that are really, really going, and 1 that's slowly coming up. Yeah, so that's, I guess. Oh, how many on hold? On hold is probably about 20. How many cancelled? None. I haven't cancelled any. Oh, wait, no, I actually did. No, not really. I haven't cancelled any. I think I've just kind of put them on hold to say that I will look at you next year. So nothing has been cancelled, as in like this is not working at all. But yeah, so I have about 20 on hold, in different stages of hold. Some like a little more promising than others. And then 2 that are definitely all gung-ho, and 1 that is picking up slack whenever I'm not working on the other 2. And then I've got this one. What is the most interesting chips you have ever fed your colleagues? I have no idea where this one is coming from, but I've probably brought things like Lay's, I don't know, balsamic vinegar and something to work when we're having parties and the like. Or it could be things like slap chips. I don't think I've ever cooked slap chips for work. So yeah, I don't think I've ever brought super interesting chips to work. Okay, and that's it. The ones I can find. I know I am missing a couple just because I'm still figuring out how to use Instagram, but I will figure those out. If I have forgotten them, I'll answer them the next time I do a Q&A. But otherwise, if you have further questions, don't hesitate. Ask them in the comments below. And yeah, till next time, it's Tsitsi. Bye.